Hello everybody, welcome back to my Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 tutorial videos. This video is going to be a little bit different. It's not necessarily about flying planes and procedures in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's more about some free online flight planning tools that you can use. So we'll get straight into it. So the first one that I use for flight planning is Simbrief.com. You can see here, you go to Simbrief.com, you end up on this homepage. First thing you want to do is create an account to log in. So I can hit login here and it will log me into my account. So once you've created an account and logged in, you want to click on the dispatch system from the homepage. And then hit new flight. At this point, what you want to do is put in your two ICAO codes. So to find them, you could simply just put please ICAO, and it will be this one. So KLAX. Put that as a departure, and say I was wanting to fly to Denver, ICAO code. So KDEN. Put that in here. KDEN. I'd select the aircraft type. So say we're wanting to do it in a TBM 930, so TBM 900. At this point, if you're fine with auto settings, you can put leave these all settings as they are. Then I prefer having the Lido layout, but just what I prefer. You can change your departure and your arrival runways here, and it will spit out a route for you here. So this is doing the Orca 5 departure to LAS, then BA146, which is a airway, to DICEEE, and to BUMP, and then to doing the SSKII3 arrival, and it shows kind of the route here. You might have a bit here that says your route is invalid for the AirRack. That's basically just a subscription that I subscribe to on Navigraph, which gives you the current AirRack cycle. But if it says it's an out-of-date one, if you're not going for 100% realism, you're fine just using whatever route it gives you with an out-of-date AirRack cycle. I've never had a problem. Then what I would normally do is hit briefing preview. It kind of gives it on one kind of document here. So the next tool that I want to show you is this one, which is the Microsoft Flight Simulator Flight Planner, but it is the web tool version of it. So this is at planner.flightsimulator.com. So the first thing you want to do when you get to this point is sign in with your Xbox account that is signed in with Flight Simulator. So I will do that now. So there you go, I've signed in. So this is basically the EFB from Flight Simulator, but on a desktop version, so in a browser. So you can see we can select the different aircraft types that we're going to use. So again, I will put in the TBM. And you can create routes in flight details and fuel load, and then it will spit out a briefing and give you your knee pods. So I will do the same thing. So I'll put LAX, is Los Angeles International. I will put destination as ADEN. And at this point, what I would normally do when I'm flight planning is kind of switch between these two. So I would look at this route and see the Orca 5 departure. So we said we were departing from runway 24 left. Go 24 left and select that departure. So there we go. And the transition is LAS. Select that and hit OK. Then I would put in the arrival, so SSKII3 into runway 34 right. So the approach, 34 right. I'm going to do an ILS approach. We'll leave that as none for now. And the arrival we said was going to be the SKII3. Select none for that. And we can see put in that approach and the arrival. And then we can put in, so we're using the J146 airway to DICEE. So add a route, add a DICEE. There we go. That's hopefully added that waypoint. And we can add a waypoint after this to EUMMP. Add waypoint after EUMMP. There we go. The other thing, you can add airways straight to that if you know the airway between the waypoints. For this route, I'm not going to, but what you could do is add a waypoint before, add the LAS, which is this one, and then hit add an airway and select the airway that is on the Simbrief. So that would be J146, J146, and we would be getting off at DICE, select, and then I can just put in the route here. You just, again, scroll around, verify that the route looks correct. There's no kind of weird pathing issues, which it does look correct here. Taking us in through the approach into the landing. It will automatically load all your flight levels for your designated flight. You can change your altitude. So say I wanted to cruise at 19,000 feet, I can put that there. And then it automatically populates all your knee boards as well. So these are ground charts for ALAX or Los Angeles. It's got your Mach 5 instrument departure and everything for KDEN as well. So a reason to maybe use this online version rather than the one in the game is some people's computers might handle it better having this on a second screen rather than using the EFB one, and it's also just easier to navigate around these kind of knee boards than it is in the ones in the game. It's easy to click and drag and kind of scroll your mouse wheel to zoom in and out. The other good thing about this is if I was to go back to route and down here, hit save flight plan, save this as LA to 10 and save the new flight plan. That means that then you can load this up on a device such as an iPad. So I'll just this here. Yeah, you can open this up on kind of a physical device. So I have an iPad here that I use when I'm using Flight Simulator. You could click the folder button at the bottom. You can see there it's got the saved flight plan. Load that up and open it. And then that's all actually on my iPad, which is, I find, a lot easier to scroll and move it about on an iPad than even on the computer. And it means it's definitely not using any resources kind of from your computer. So you can see here, I can open up all the knee boards on this. And it will open them up here. Close that down. You can pinch and zoom around. Just kind of easier to use than trying to use it on a second window and having to alt-tab in and out. I'll quickly show you how you open this up on the Flight Simulator as well. So I will see you in game just to show you how to load these into Flight Simulator. So here we are back in game. So as you can see, I've selected the TBM 930, and then to load the flight plan that you've created online, just hit the EFB here, hit load flight plan, and it should have any of your saved flight plans. Hit load. It will load the flight plan into the EFB. We go 24 left, 34 right, the waypoints we put in, and the arrivals and departures. Hit file plan with ATC, send route to avionics, and there you go. It's loaded into the game. So it's kind of as simple as that. And like I say, there are benefits to using the online version. You don't have to use the EFB, which is very buggy in game and hard to read. You can put it on a second screen, or like I say, you can use a physical device to look at the flight plan and the charts. So that's just a brief tutorial about how I do flight planning. Like I say, I prefer having the flight plans on a physical device, like an iPad or an iPhone. It's just easier to navigate the charts and stuff when you're in game. So I hope that's helped some of you out. The last thing I want to say is just thank you to everyone that's kind of watched my videos and tutorials and liked and subscribed and commented. I started off making these I thought in my head that if I could just help one person out, trying to navigate Flight Simulator, anybody that's new, because I know when I was learning to play the game, it was a struggle finding short kind of form content. But my channel has just reached just over 1,000 views on the videos that I've put up. So yeah, just a massive thank you to anyone that's liked, subscribed, commented, or just watched the videos. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I do try to respond to any questions or comments that are left on my videos. Apart from that, I will see everyone for the next video, and yeah, happy flying.